Alrighty guys, thanks for joining me. This is your host, ID Jester. We are back doing our game of the day, 2019, 1 year ago today, April 23rd. It was the Philadelphia Phillies taking on the New York Mets in New York. So we're going to replay that game. I believe both teams are like 12-9 on or something like that. So they're vying for second place to Washington Nationals in the National League East. So I thought it was a good game. So we're going to give it a go. And we're going to try it out. And this is it. So it's Zach Wheeler, the right-hander for the New York Mets. You can see the defensive lineup there. And first things first, let's get some weather going here. Weather. This is a game from April 23rd. It is a night game on grass. Night game on grass. So night. It's in April. And of course, we're in Philadelphia. No, we're in New York. We're actually in New York, right? New York. Where's New York? New York National League. There we go. So April night game in New York and no wind. And increase the starter stamina by 4. All right, there we go. No wind today. Beautiful day here in New York. In actuality, this is a 7:10 start p.m. 26,049 in attendance. This is at Citi Field. Night game on grass, and the weather was 65 degrees. Wind was 12 miles an hour out to left field and cloudy. So in our game, there's no wind, but it'll be a nice cool night. And away we go with game of the day. And Andrew McCutchen steps up in the batter's box. He's a right-hander versus Zach Wheeler, the righty. Righty-righty matchup. Again, he goes black, white, green. White 55, 155. And for Zach Wheeler, Andrew McCutchen, right-hander, 155. And that is hit well by McCutchen. It's going down the line into left field, and this one is gone. Andrew McCutchen leads off the game with the home run, and it's 1-0 Phillies, just like that. And that brings up JT Realmuto. 185, that can't be good. 185, and that is base hit into right center field. That's going to fall in for JT Realmuto. He's actually not very good at getting the jump, but he's a pretty good stealer. He might think about it here. Let's see if he can get the jump. Zach Wheeler is a 4. He is only a 1. And he will hold. Okay, so JT Realmuto won't go anywhere. That brings up Bryce Harper. Phillies up 1-0 on the leadoff by Andrew McCutchen into left center field. That's a 0.92, and that's going to be a park effect. So going to the park effect, and Bryce Harper is an LSP error, question mark. So we're going to check an error possibly here. Error is the second. Cano, Robbie Cano, error 16. He's pretty solid at second base. Doesn't make too many errors. Oh, and the batter reaches first on error. Runners advance 1 base. So an E4 on Cano, and the 2-men aboard. And things are not starting off for the New York Mets as planned. I know CP Carson Dice, a big Mets fan. He's not going to be happy with me. Realmuto's at second. Harper's at first. Nobody out. And Rhys Hopkins is up. 360. And there's Wheeler. Swing and a miss by Rhys Hopkins. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 1. That brings up Miguel Franco. And that's a 0-0-1. It doesn't get much lower than that. And we go to crazy play. 371. Pitcher calls manager out of the mound and says pitcher calls the manager out of the mound and says he's out of gas. Pitcher is exhausted. What? In the top of the first? I'm going to have to ignore that. Sorry. We're going to give it a reroll. I'm going to have to ignore that. It's only 3 batters in. You can't be exhausted. That's a 794. 794 right-hander. 794. And that is down the line into left field and falls in. Base hit Falls in, base hit, and I need to get my charts. Almost forgot, I'm going to need my charts. Oh, where are my charts? Left field down the line. Left field, so that was a 794. That is going to be LLF. We are on LLF, right? Yes, okay. So we're on grass. And runner on second. What's his speed? That is going to be Rio Muto at second. And he has got a speed of 5. They're thinking about sending him, though. Left fielder is McNeil. Let's see what his arm is. McNeil's arm. Jeff McNeil in left field is a -1. He's actually a -1. So if he went, he would be a Real Muto is a 5. And he would actually drop him to a 4. So he'll stop at third on the single, and that'll load the bases. And that brings up Cesar Hernandez. Bases loaded. Defense will play back with 1 out. They'll go for the double play here. Cesar Hernandez, 915. He's going to be a lefty, 915. Strike 3. So Z Wheeler trying to get back into this here. Gets a big strikeout, and that brings up Phil Goslin. 318 and 318. Strikes out the side in between a bunch of walks and hits and strikeouts, and only gives up 1 run. So we were a little excited about that. And the bottom of the first. What? Our bottom of the first, they have Pete Alonso showing. Why is there? Wait a minute. Undo that last. I was going to say there should not be. Should be Nimmo. Brandon Nimmo. There we go. Brandon Nimmo's up. Not sure what happened. Jeremiah was a bullfog. This game seems a lot like Inside Pitch. Is it print and play PDF? Nope. There's no PDF. You got to order the season card files from the Triple Play website. So I don't believe you can get this in PDF. So Brandon Nimmo's up for the Mets. 706, lefty. 706. Oh, just missed it. That's going to be routine grounder to short for Nimmo. That brings up Pete Alonso. 53 home runs in 2019. Rookie home run record. 893. 893 righty. 893. And that is a strikeout. Zach Eflin with the strikeout. That brings up Robinson Cano. Won't you Cano? Nope, that will take us to, sorry. Wait a minute. Wait. Undo. Cano. For some reason, it's like double clicking because my wife had to borrow my mouse earlier. So I'm playing with a different mouse, so it should be Cano. I'm like, wait a minute. This is 661 lefty. 661, and that is going to be a ground ball into center field. Base hit for Robbie Cano. There you go. Robinson Cano. 0 steal, 1 jump, so he's not going anywhere. Miguel Conforto. 351, 351, and he strikes out. There we go. Now we go to the top of the second. And this brings up the pitcher spot. Zach Eflin. This is the battle of Zach. Zach Wheeler and Zach Eflin. So it's Eflin against Wheeler. Zach versus Zach, however you want to put it. He uses card number 2. He's a right-hander. 949 righty. 949. And that is going to be a strikeout. That brings up Roman Quinn, number 9 hitter for the Phillies. 947. He would be from the left side. 947, and that just starts his walk range. 947 is a walk. So Quinn, ooh, he's pretty good. He's pretty good. We might have to see if he gets a jump here. Wheeler is a 4. Quinn is a 4 to get the jump, actually. And he's going to attempt. So Wilson Ramos +1 on the throw. And Robin Quinn is a steal of 8. So he's going to go up to 9. And, oh! Rolled a 92. So he's stolen. He's caught stealing on the 2-6. So Roman Quinn thought he had it, and a quick throw by Wilson Ramos, and they nail him. That brings up Andrew McCutchen, only run of the game so far. The leadoff home run by Andrew McCutchen. 294 against the righty. 294 is a walk. So 2-out walk by McCutchen. He's not going to go anywhere. JT Realmuto's up. It's an 845. Right-hander, 845, and that will be an easy fly ball to center field. And that will do it for the top of the second. We go to the bottom of the second. 1.5 complete here. It's 1-0 Philadelphia, and Wilson Ramos made that great throw. 437, and that is going to be a routine grounder to second. That's Cesar Hernandez. Over to Hoskins, and 1 up, 1 down. Jeff McNeil for the Mets here. If I can grab the dice. Jeff McNeil for the Mets. 0-85. That's going to be a park effect. So go to the park effect here. Park effect. And New York, he is an LP. And that is going to be a strikeout. And that's 2 down for Todd Frazier. Todd Frazier, 741, and that is a routine grounder down to third, and that'll do it. We go to the top of the third. It is still 1-0, and Bryce Harper's up. 457, and that is going to be ripped down the line into left field, and that one's going to fall in. McNeil can't get to it. Harper's hustling all the way. He's round first, and he's headed to second. The throw from McNeil is offline, and it's going to be a double. A leadoff double by Bryce Harper. And that brings up Rhys Hoskins. Nobody out here in the top of the third. 390. Steve Wright, 3. Struck out Hoskins, and that brings up Franco. Right-hander. 110, and that's going to be base hit. Ground ball into center field. And that is the dreaded ground ball into center field, and the run will score on the single. So it's now 2-0 as Bryce Harper comes in to score. And Caesar, wait a minute, that was Cesar Hernandez. All right, so Phil Goslin's up. Phil Goslin, right-hander, 698. Righty, 698, and that is an easy fly ball to left. McNeil's going to wait on it, make the catch, and that will retire the side. So 2.5 complete here, but the Phillies lead 2-0. And that brings up Lewis Gilmore for the Mets. Lewis Gilmore, 916 lefty. 916, and that's going to be a leadoff walk to Lewis Gilmore, and that brings up Zach Wheeler. Wheeler is going to try and lay down a bunt here. Zach Wheeler is going to lay down a bunt. And the bunt rating for Wheeler is a 3. Playing on grass, and they're going to hold the runner at first. And roll the dice. Lead man out. Are you bunting for hit? No. Do you want to try to get the lead runner? Speed -4. If in. The speed of Gilmore. Let's see what the speed of Gilmore is. He's only got a speed of 3. So, yes. So lead runner's speed is 3. And lead runner out, batter safe at first on the fielder's choice. We'll go 1-6 on that one. That's fine. Doesn't really matter. So bad bunt by Zach Wheeler. Gets the runner thrown out at second. That brings up Brandon Nimmo. Wheeler, not much of a threat to steal. Eflin with the pitch. 764 lefty. 764. And that is deep into left center field. And that's going to fall in. McCutcheon can't get to it. It's going to roll all the way to the wall. And Zach Wheeler run rating. Zach Wheeler run rating is a speed of 3. They're going to have to hold him at third on the double. So Nimmo delivers a nice double there, and that brings up Pete Alonso. 2 men on. One out here in the bottom of the third, and Pete Alonso. Do you intentionally walk him to bring up a left-hander? Since Pete Alonso's a rookie, I don't think so. Little they know at the time, he's going to hit 53 home runs on the regular season. 281, and that's going to be a walk by Pete Alonso. So he's going to walk the bases loaded here. And undo. For some reason, I hate this mouse. That's why I don't use it. And in fact, I am going to take the batteries out of this mouse and go get the other mouse that my wife should be done with. I'll be back in a second. Okay, I am back. So, we got my mouse working again. Good. All right, so Alonso walked, right, so now it's Robinson Cano. 1 out, bases loaded. Eflin trying to get through this. Robinson Cano trying to deliver once again for the Mets. That's a 244 and 244. So a home run for Robinson Cano goes 226 to 243. 244 starts his routine grounder to short. And that's going to be a 6-4 putout. Run's going to come in as they try for the double play. They don't turn it. And Cano gets down to first in time. So Nimmo's at third, Cano's at first. Conforto's up at the plate. 1 run in. 7-7-3. Lefty. 7-7-3. And that's a deep drive by Conforto. Deep drive. Conforto against right-handers has got power of 5. And he is an LSP. And let's see. Just missed that one off the end of the bat, says Jeremiah the Bullfrog. Here he comes, and it's a deep drive by Conforto, and this is, possible robbed. And, well, let's see. The right fielder. That is going to be Harper. Oh, boy. Let's see what Harper's range is. He's SP. He's an SP, which is the best. Can he reach up and grab it? It's at the wall. Harper to the warning track, to the wall, and gone! Harper cannot get it, and that is going to be a 3-run home run for Michael Conforto, and the Mets jump up 4-2 lead here in the bottom of the third inning, just over the outstretched glove of Bryce Harper in right field. And Wilson Ramos comes up for the Mets. The hometown crowd excited now. 24, it's going to be an error chance, so we're going to look at an error. Second baseman is Cesar Hernandez. Caesar is 13. Ooh, little iffy. And, he makes a good play. Routine grounder, 4-3 on the putout. And that's going to do it, but the damage is done for the New York Mets as they get a 3-run home run and 4 runs. They take a 4-2 lead going in the top of the fourth. Zach Wheeler, and I guess Eflin's going to come out, so they will let him come out and bat. That is a 50. That's going to be another error chance. And that's the center field. That's Nimmo. Brandon, oops, wrong team. Brandon Nimmo, center field, error 15. He's pretty good at 15. And that's going to be a single plus an error. Oh, Nile. Single plus an error. Single, center field, error, center fielder, single plus an error, and that's going to get him all the way to second. That was the pitcher. That was Zach Eflin trying to help his own cause here. Nobody out for Roman Quinn. Roman Quinn. 428. It's black, white, green. Black, white, green. 428. Right-hander, 428. Oh, just missed a double. It's going to be a routine grounder down to first. That'll move the runner up. 3-1 on the putout. Eflin will go to third. And that's going to bring us to Andrew McCutchen. McCutchen is 1 for 2 on the day. Home run in the first inning. And 1 out. Defense is going to play in. Defense is playing in. 354, right-hander, stay, right 3, swinging a mitch by McCutchen, and 2 outs, defense will play back in normal. Eflin takes his lead. Eflin, ooh, he's thinking about stealing home, that would be crazy, but JT Real Muto, 56, another error chance, and this is to Nimmo in center field. Again, Nimmo in center field is a 15. 15 and short fly. Outfielder makes a nice running catch in center field, and the Phillies go down in order. We go to the bottom of the fourth. It's 4-2. Jeff McNeil is up 4-2. Zach Eflin has a 468. That is going to be an easy fly to right. Fly ball to right field. That's Harper out there, makes the catch. That brings up the Godfather, Todd Frazier. Todd Frazier. Oh, missed that one. Try that. That's a foul ball. That's on the stands. 105, and that's going to be a routine grounder into center field. Back up the middle hit there, and that is a solid single by Frazier. Frazier's no threat to steal there. That brings up Lewis Gilmore against Eflin. Eflin getting 4 runs and 4 hits so far. Not bad. 899 lefty, 899, and that's going to be a swing and a miss. D-right 3 by Gilmore, and that brings up the pitcher spot with 2 outs. It's up to Wheeler to do some damage here. Wheeler, you actually use his card number 4. 363 is a strikeout. So Wheeler goes down swinging. And we go to the top of the 5th, almost halfway home here at Citi Field. Bryce Harper's up. Disappointed he couldn't make that catch out in right field. It was just over his glove, just a few feet away. 292. And he walked him. So that was an easy walk. Bryce Harper. Nobody out. Harper's thinking about it. Can he get the jump? 4 and a 2. Nope, he'll hold. Can't get the jump. Reese Hopkins is up. Runner first. Reese Hopkins. That's a 789 righty. 789, and that is base hit down the line into left field. First to third is going to be, what's Harper's speed? Harper is a 6. He will stop at second as it goes into left field. Much harder to get the first to third when it goes down the line into left field. Miguel Franco. You need 7 or higher to get that extra base. Miguel Franco, 2 men on, nobody out. Franco, not a great bunter. Defense is going to play back. Go for the double play here. Miguel Franco, Zach Wheeler, 627. Uh-oh, that could be trouble. Right-hander, 627. No, that's going to be a ground ball to short. That's Gilmore on to Cano. Cano turn and spin to Alonso, stretching. Not in time. Oh, they only get the runner at second. Gilmore to Cano. So runners at the corners now for Cesar Hernandez. 1 out. Defense again will play back and normal. They'll give up the run, but they want to get that double play. They do not want a big inning. Cesar Hernandez, 83, and that is going to be a park effect. Oh, Nile. Park effect. He is a LSP, and that is a strikeout here at Citi Field. So Cesar Hernandez with the strikeout. It's up to Phil Goslin now. 2 men on, 2 outs, top of the 5th. 4-2 is your score. 9:31. Righty, 9:31. And that is a C. Right 3 fastball. Blew it right by him. Phil Goslin couldn't catch up to that one. 96 miles an hour on the gun. And they hold the Phillies scoreless in the top of the 5. Halfway home here at Citi Field. 4.5 complete. 4-2 is your score in the Battle of Zacks. Zach Wheeler outdueling Zach Eflin right now. Brandon Nimmo's up for the Mets. We go to the top of the 5th. Turbocharged Sports. Matt Rockwood, what's going on? The Todd father, that's right. Evening, Turbocharged Sports, as my beloved Tony Soprano would have said. How you do? How you doing? How you doing? Brandon Nimmo, Mets up 4-2. And here comes the pitch. It is an 8.62 lefty. 8.62 and Steve, right 3 called. Eflin with that nice slider broke right in on Nimmo. He was way out in front of that one. Here comes Pete Alonso. Pete Alonso, 8.16 righty, 8.16. And that is base hit down the line into left field. It's going to fall in. McCutcheon hustles over. Throws it into Hernandez quickly and holds him to a 1-out single by Pete Alonso, the rookie. And that brings up Robinson Cano. Oh, Cano, what have you done? A single and a ground out. So far for Robinson Cano. That is a 0-0-0-0-0. So, that's going to make it a crazy play. 0-0-0. 291. Left fielder and right fielder. Clyde going after a blooper into left center field. Official scores it as a double. All runners score. Check for injury. We don't check for injuries. But we will take the double, and all runners are going to score as the left fielder and the center fielder. That's going to be McCutcheon and Quinn. Clyde out there in left center field. And the ball falls in. Alonso hustling all the way will come in to score on the double by Robinson Cano. Don't you Cano? It's a double 0-0-0. And it's now a 5-2 ball game. And Eflin is almost tired with 1 out. They're going to try and get him through this inning. Conforto. 140. That's usually a bad number. 140. And yes, sir. That's a RCF, single RCF. Runner at second, because Cano, he's got a speed of 4, no bonus because of 2 outs. 4. And it went to center field. What's Quinn's? Let's see what Quinn's arm is. That could make a difference. Where is Quinn? He's behind the pitcher card. He's got nothing. So it'd just be a straight up 4. I think they're going to just leave Cano at second. I'm sorry, leave Cano at third. So runners at the corners for Wilson Ramos, and Eflin struggling mightily here in the bottom of the 5th. Can he get through this inning? Double play gets him out of it. Defensive play, corners in. Franco and Hoskins are going to play at the edge of the grass. Franco and Hoskins playing at the edge of the grass. Gosselin and Hernandez will play back. Go for the double play. And it's a 3-8-9. And that is going to be a ground ball. Hit to second. Hernandez flips to Gosselin. Gosselin on to Hoskins and stretch. And no, his foot came off the bag. As a wide throw by Gosselin. It wouldn't have been in time anyways. That is going to be a 4-6 put out. But the run's going to come in, and they're only going to get one on that double play try. And that's going to bring up Jeff McNeil. 2 runs in for the Mets. They're up 6-2. And Zach Eflin struggling mightily here. Oh, no, 165. Oh, 165. 165 is a hard hit ball right in Hoskins. He gets it on the bounce. He had a double, 144 to 164. That is a 165, my friends, which is a ground ball down to first. Hoskins takes it to the bag himself, and we're through 5. 6-2 is your score. Zach Wheeler and Eflin will be done. The pitcher spot is up, but they're not going to bring him in. He's already on the cusp anyways. Why can't I make changes? Get off of there. I should be able to make changes to my own game. Let's see. Wheeler's a righty. So they got a lot of good choices. Knapp, Williams, or Walding. Walding. Don't know Mr. Walding. Let's look at Mr. Walding. Mitch Walding. He only had 2 at-bats. And he struck out both times. He had 2 at-bats, and he had struck out both times. So probably not going to use Matt Walding unless it's an emergency. Just saying. They're going to bring Knapp in. What position? He plays catcher. So he's the backup catcher. Probably should leave him till later. And Nick Williams. Yeah, they're going to bring in Nick Williams, the left-hander. So Williams in, and that's going to write the book on Zach Eflin in the top of the 6th inning. And he'll be up against Zach Wheeler. Wheeler's starting to struggle himself. Williams, 47. That's going to be an error check. Error chance on the right fielder. That's Conforto. Conforto, where are you? Conforto. There you are. Conforto. Right field, he's a 16. Very solid defender out there in right field. It's going to be a short fly, easy catch. So fly ball to right and easy peasy. So Nick Williams doesn't help much. And that brings up Roman Quinn. Roman Quinn. 238. And, just missed a walk. That'll be a steady right 3 instead. The Phillies got off to a good start with Andrew McCutchen getting the home run on the first pitch of the ball game. It's been downhill ever since then. Well, actually, they were up 2-0. Andrew McCutchen made that crazy play in left field as he collided with Quinn in center field. And that, it was a 4. And you see that? The 9 came spinning around, and as the 9 came spinning around and knocked that 4 to a 0. So that turns into a 98. And for Andrew McCutchen, a 98 is a base hit. So McCutchen gets lucky as that dice knocks the other one over and gets a base hit. And that's going to tire out Zach Wheeler, actually. But they're going to leave Wheeler in. With a 4-run lead, they can afford. So McCutchen, not much of a threat to steal, so we don't have to worry about that. And double play is what Wheeler's looking to get here. 4-4-3, and he might do it. 4-4-3, nope, that's an easy fly ball. That one's going to be to Nimmo in center field. And that brings up Bryce Harper now. Undo. I just want to make sure. There was 2 outs? Okay, yeah. All right, so that was what was that? It was a fly ball to center field? Is that what it was? I think it was. All right. Just wanted to make sure that was the 3rd out. Okay. So, pitcher. Who's coming in to pitch? Who's coming in to pitch? It's going to be Ramos. Ramos, or Ramos, depending on where the country you're from. Or it could be, if you're from the South, it could be a Ramos. William Ramos is coming in. It's not William either. It's Edeberry. Edeberry Ramos is coming in. Edeberry Ramos is coming in. There you go. So Ramos, the right-hander, coming in to face off against the Todd father, Todd Frazier. 8-8-6. 8-8-6 is a easy fly ball to center field, and Quinn will make this catch. Lewis Gilmore here. Lewis Gilmore, 375, strikes him out. And that brings up Wheeler's spot, but Zigzag is going to be done. So you can close the book on Zach Wheeler if you're scoring at home, and why wouldn't you be? They got 6 men on the bench today, actually. Holy cow. They only have one lefty, though, and that is Dominic Smith. So that's who they're going to call on. Decision made. Dominic Smith is coming in, the lefty, to face off against Edeberry Ramos. 6-3-3 lefty, 633, and that's an easy fly to center. So 2 easy flyouts and a strikeout, and that's going to do it for the 6th inning. We go to the 7th, and now we need a new pitcher. In the 7th, it's going to be the lefty Zamora coming in. I think it's going to be Zamora. Do you want some more of that? Do you want some more of that? Seriously, do you want some more of that? Of course you want some more of that. Daniel Zamora of that. That's who gets it. That's who gets it. You want some Zamora of that? Of course you want some more of that. Daniel Zamora, the lefty, against Bryce Harper, the lefty-lefty matchup. And Zamora with the pitch. Here it comes. 359. Steve, right 3. Bryce Harper swinging a miss at that curveball by Zamora. That brings up Reese Hoskins. 9:49. That is a walk, actually, off of Zamora. So Reese Hopkins walked. Miguel Franco for the Phillies here in the top of the 7th. 7:21, and that's going to be trouble. Nope, 7:21 versus a right-hander. It's different. 7:21 is going to be ground ball down to third. That's Frazier. Over to Cano. On to Alonso. Not in time. They cannot turn it again. But they do get the runner out at second on the 5-4 put out. That is like 4 chances they've had at this double play. They just can't. They haven't learned how to turn one yet. And that gives Cesar Hernandez a chance. Make him pay, Cesar. Oh, Cesar. 5:04. That's a wild pitch check. Wild pitch. Is it a possible? No, it's not a foul ball. Wild pitch is a 5. He's pretty gives up many. And then Ramos behind the plate is a pass ball of 4. So 5 and a 4, pretty good combo there. And it's blocked. So redo, blocked in the dirt. So good play there by Ramos as he gets in front of that one. Caesar gets another swing at it. 230, lefty, 230. And that is going to be a short fly into center field, and making the catch is Nimmo, and that's going to do it. It's stretch time here, ladies and gentlemen. Rise as one as we sing the American national anthem for all baseball fans. Take me out to the ball game. Oh, take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and some Cracker Jack. I don't care if I never get back. So it's root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. but it's 1, a 2, a 3 striker out at the old ball game. Hey, everyone, sing it now. All right. Hey. Brandon Nimmo's up. Edeberry Ramos. Bottom of 762 is your score. 774 lefty. Oh, that could be trouble. 774, and that is base hit in the left center field. No, I'm sorry. That went into the 774 went down the line into right field, actually, for a base hit single. Nimmo is aboard. Not much of a threat, so that brings up Pete Alonso. Pete Alonso in the season, let's see what he's done so far. Pete Alonso, 86 at-bats. He's had 21 hits, 7 home runs, 12 RBIs, 15 walks, 22 strikeouts so far in the season for Pete Alonso. Pretty good rookie. And Nimmo takes his lead at first. That is a 438. 438. And that is a strikeout. Swing and a miss by Pete Alonso. That brings up Robbie Cano. Robbie Cano on the season, 31 hits and 85 at-bats. 4 home runs, 17 RBIs, 10 walks, 15 strikeouts, 365 average for Robbie Cano. Robinson, 340. And the right-hander, 340. And that is ripped down the line into left field. That's going to fall in just barely. McCutcheon have to run after it into the corner. And Nimmo at first will be held on the double by Robinson Cano. I think that's the second double of the game, as a matter of fact. And with the left-hander coming up, Ramos is going to be pulled for, looks like Morgan or Alvarez, one of them. Let's see. Morgan or Alvarez, huh? Adam Morgan. Left-hander. Yeah, it's going to be Morgan. Adam Morgan coming in. The left-hander to face off against Conforto. Runners at second and third, 1 out. Defense is going to play in. 260. Lefty, 260. Lefty, 260 is a walk. That's going to load the bases. They bring the lefty in and he can't get him, and that brings up Wilson Ramos with the bases loaded. Morgan having to buckle down here. That's a 965 righty. Oh, Jesus. Versus a right-hander, 965 is a walk. He's going to walk in a run. Unbelievable. And that brings up Jeff McNeely, left-hander. Morgan, you got to get it out here. Double play or something. That is going to be a 0-2-8, so that's going to be an error chance. Error. Catcher. Uh-oh. JT Realmuto is a 15. It's a 15 and foul out to the catcher. So big out there by Morgan. And now with the righties, well, they have another lefty, but Frazier's up. They're going to let... Did they let Morgan, or they got a lefty coming on deck. And then the pitcher spot. Frazier's a right-hander. Do you pull the righty in? Who do you have? I have quite a few right-handers, actually, so... They're gonna pull the righty in. Frazier does hit lefties pretty good. So they're gonna bring in the right-hander. Let's see. Who's it going to be, though? Nishek, Dominguez, Vasquez, whatever his name is up there. Vince Vasquez, huh? All right, it's going to be Vince. Vince sounds like a good guy. We don't know him, but he sounds like a good guy. So Vince Vasquez is coming in. Bases loaded, right-hander, Todd Frazier, 2 outs. Defense back, guarding the lines. Here we go. McCutchen shaded a little bit for him to pull down the line. Frazier, 242. Now that's a danger number, 242. That can be really good or really bad. Right-hander, 242. That's hit hard down the line. Miguel Franco takes it and steps on the bag himself, 5 unassisted, and they're going to get out of the inning. Frazier ripped and gripped it down the line, as I called just before that, though. They were shading him down the line and got the out. So we go to the top of the 8th, and it's, you want some more? Zamora of what? Phil Goslin doesn't want a Zamora. Phil Goslin, $7.99, righty, $7.99, and that is base hit down the line into left field and falls in for a single. And that brings up the pitcher spot. And they're going to bring in, it's going to be Andrew Knapp, which is the catcher, and they could make some changes. See, because the pitcher spot is actually in the number 8 hole for Philadelphia. Andrew Knapp is up. Runner at first. Nobody out. Zamora. 7-2 Mets. That's a 255. 255. Again, the danger zone right there, that 255, and that is a walk by Knapp. So that's going to put the first 2-minute aboard. And we might try to finagle something here. And that's going to be it for Zamora. They're going to bring in Familia, I think. I think they're bringing in Familia. It's going to be Julius Familia. Coming in, the right-hander to face off against Roman Quinn. Quinn is a switch hitter. Runners at first and second, nobody out. They do not want a big inning here to give the Phillies any chance of coming back. Familia, 228, righty, 228, and that is a walk by Roman Quinn. And the bases are loaded with nobody out, and the Phillies, they will not go quietly into the night. That brings up Andrew McCutchen. Andrew McCutchen, so far in the game, has got himself a home run, a walk, a single, and a strikeout. He's been all over the place. Andrew McCutchen against the right-hander, Julius Familia. Can the Mets hold on? They're up 7-2. The hometown crowd is just shaking their head like they've seen this one too many times from the Mets. McCutchen steps in. 1-1-2. That is base hit, ground ball, back up the middle. 2 runs will come in, and that's going to be a single plus. And 2 runs score off the base hit by McCutchen. That GCF is always back up the middle, and the runners always advance on ground balls because it just takes too long for it to go rolling out to the outfield. So that moves Quinn to third, McCutchen to first, JT Realmuto. 7-4 ball game. Realmuto represents the tying run, and there's still nobody out here in the top of the 8th. Whoa, that's a foul ball. Oh no, another 200. 269 is Feaster Hammond. And oh my gosh, 234, 269. That is going to be a ground ball to short. Run's going to come in, but they're going to get the runner at second. They throw to first, not in time. And the Phillies got a 3 spot here And that brings up Bryce Harper. He represents the tying run. JT Realmuto's down at first, 1 out. Familia holding on for dear life here. All the fans in the stadium are on their feet, holding their breath, praying to whatever gods they pray to see through the Mets. That's a 1-9-4. 1-9-4. That's going to be ground ball down to first. Alonso, he's going to throw to Gilmore. Gilmore back to Familia, covering and not in time. Once again, the Mets cannot get that double play, but they do get the runner at second. And that brings up Rhys Hoskins, 2 outs now. And the Phillies feeling much better about the score. 7-5 ball game. And Rhys Hoskins, again, represents the tying run. 7-7-7. Their 7's wild here against the right-hander. 7-7-7, and he's swinging a miss by Rhys Hoskins, who's had 2 strikeouts, a single, and a walk. He's got a trifecta of swing and misses now. And we go to the bottom of the 8th. 7-5 is your score. And it looks like we got a lefty and then the pitcher spot and then a lefty. So they're going to bring in Alvarez, the left-hander. Alvarez, the lefty. Oh, it's so nice having all the player cards. Hopefully, I have Alvarez's card. I won't need to dig it out anywhere. Where's Alvarez? And I can't find it. Why can't I find it? That's a good question. Was he on a different team, maybe? Does he have a different team card? Did I just miss it? That's a possibility, too. Alvarez. Let's look through and see where Alvarez. Nope. That's Avalon. That's not Alvarez. Alvarez. I do not see his card, which means I now have to go to the game. I have to click on I gotta click on the Mets. I gotta find Alvarez under the pitching. Alvarez, where are you? Don't actually see him on the Mets. Why don't I see him? Alright, so now what I have to do is actually go up to the top and type his name in so I can find him. Jose, A-L-V-A-R-E-Z. Jose Alvarez. Jose Alvarez. Alright, now we click on him and find out which team did he play for in 2019. And it shows just Philadelphia. It shows just Philadelphia. Oh, that's right. That's because I was looking at the wrong freaking team. How many times have I done that? So many times. So many times. I should look first and then... There's Jose Alvarez. See, I told you I had the card. It was just in the other stack. That was dumb. Alright, so Jose Alvarez has got to come in. The left-hander to face off against Gilmore. So the lineup. Alright, they'll leave the lineup the way it was, I guess. Alright, so it's Luis Gilmore against Jose Alvarez. We're in the bottom of the 8th. 7-5 is your score. That was a foul ball as it bounced over the thing. 6:46. Lefty, 6:46. Ground ball to second, and Cesar Hernandez makes the catch. That brings up Familia's spot, but of course, Familia won't be batting. It's gonna be The lefty's up. So now J.D. Davis, maybe? It's going to be J.D. Davis coming in. So J.D. Davis, the right-hander, pinch hit opportunity. Alvarez will stay in because there's a lefty and Nimmo coming up. And then a lefty and Cano. So J.D. Davis, the righty, against Alvarez, the lefty. 297, and that is the last start. 283 to 297 of a ground ball to short, and that was the last number on the thing. So 2 out for Brandon Nimmo. We go to the top of the 9th after this. 728 lefty, 728, and that is going to be a routine grounder. So 3 easy ground balls. We'll go 3-1 on that. 3 easy ground balls, and it's all up to, I guess, the closer. I guess it's going to be the closer. Saves. Do we have saves on here? Oh, we only had 6 saves. Lugo only had 6 saves. Diaz. What about Diaz? What's Edward Diaz had 26 saves. So I would say Diaz is more of a save situation kind of guy. So he's coming in. Edward Diaz. 2-7, 26 saves, 58 innings, gave up 55 hits, 15 home runs, 22 walks, 99 strikeouts, 5.59 ERA. It's up to Diaz to hold the fort together for the Mets. He's got Miguel Franco and Cesar Hernandez and Phil Goslin. I don't think they're going to probably... Yeah, the two... They do have Altier on the bench, which is good, but Walding, no. He's only had 2 at-bats on the season. Miguel Franco, he's going to step up against Edwin Diaz. Top of the 9th, 7-5 Diaz trying to close this out. 986, that's a good start. It is. 986 is a strikeout. 991 is a walk. That is a 986. That is a strikeout. Swing and a miss by Franco. That brings up Cesar Hernandez. Everyone, all the Mets fans holding their breath, praying that they can just get 2 more outs. 5-18. Oh boy, here we go. 5-18 is wild pitch, which turns into a foul ball chance here. Is it a possible foul ball? And we're in New York, and it's out to the catcher. Cesar Hernandez fouls out to the catcher. And the Phillies are down their last out, and that's Phil Goslin. 262 hitter, 17 hits, no home runs. He only had 65 at-bats. He played a little bit in the beginning of the season, must have got hurt and didn't play much after that. Edward Diaz trying to close this out. 1 out away. 5:31. It's not going to be easy because that's an outfield range play. Right-hander. Yep. Wait a minute. Against the right-hander, 5:31 is an infield range play. Let's try that. Right-hander. Left-hander, it's a outfield. Versus a right-hander, it's an infield. So we'll go for infield. Grass, no one's on, so everyone's playing normal. He's an RSP. And this one is hit up the middle. Diaz, the pitcher. Oh, he's weak. And that gets past. Single by Goslin. And that brings up the tying run. And the Mets are just rolling their eyes. Got the pitcher spot, so you know what that means. They got 1 guy left on the bench to use. And that's going to be Aaron Altier. If I got his card. Where is it? I know I got it. Let's see. Why can't I find it though? Aaron, where are you? Are you stuck on Kingery? No. Where are you? That is a great question. Why can I find Aaron Altier? It's not Altier. Oh, here's a... no, that's not him. And I am looking for Philadelphia, right? Yes, okay. Just want to make sure I didn't mess that up again. Make sure he's not stuck in the pitchers group. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. No, he's not. Why can't I find his card? He didn't get stuck over here, did he? I know I have his card. I absolutely positively know I have his card. Now, why I can't find it is a different thing. Why? Aaron? We didn't use him already. No, because it wouldn't let us brought him in. No, 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 no. All right. That's everyone on here. Let's just make sure. Go back to this game for the Philadelphia Phillies. Did they bring him in? They actually pinch hit with Mitch Walding, actually. Aaron Altier. Let me make sure. Aaron Altier. 2019. Oh, he did play for the Giants as well. Maybe he's got a Giants card. Well, let me just double check. We gotta find the Giants now. We're gonna dig through our box to find the Giants. Giants, where are the Giants? I could have sworn we've had this guy's card though, but San Francisco, he played for San Francisco, but I don't think he's going to have a card for them. But let's just see. Oh my God, oh my God. I don't see it. And how many games did he play for the Mets? He played 26 games for the Mets. Oh, and then he plays 22 games for Philadelphia. He plays 26 games for the Mets, and he plays 1 for San Francisco. So maybe, crazy enough, crazy as it sounds, maybe he has a Mets card. We got to look over here. I knew I saw this card, and that's why maybe I saw it. As look, he's got a Mets card. I knew I saw the card. That's why I hated to go through all this time. But he's actually playing for Philadelphia right now. So he's going to come in and pinch hit. I knew I had the card. I saw it. I knew I saw it. And that's why it was driving me crazy. So sorry about the delay. But now you know why there was such a delay. It's like, wait a minute. The guy is actually playing. He's got a card for the other team because he gets traded to the Mets later, I guess. So that's craziness. Wow. All right. So it's Aaron Altier. For the current for the current Philadelphia Phillies, who later gets traded to the Mets, or released and picked up by the Mets at least, Aaron Altier's got to do something. And Gosselin's at first. He represents the tying run. He's not very good. 0.82 average, actually, so he's not very good. He only had 61 at-bats, 5 hits, 1 home run. Aaron Altier is the last shot for the Phillies, and they're their last hope. 828. He is a righty. 8-2-8, and strikes him out. And this one belongs to the Mets. Zach Wheeler outduels Zach Eflin. And the same goes to Edwin Diaz. The MVP, Andrew McCutchen for Philadelphia. Let's go ahead and simulate the rest of the day's action. So the Dodgers shut out the Cubs. Cincinnati 4-1 over Atlanta. Colorado 10-7 over Washington. So Washington loses finally. New York Mets 7-5 win at Philadelphia. They go to 13-10. And the Philadelphia Phillies drop to 12-11. At Pittsburgh, PNC Park, Arizona comes in and wins 3-2. San Diego 7-3 over San Diego. Milwaukee beats St. Louis 3-2 in St. Louis. And the Yankees against the Los Angeles Angels. The Yankees win 2-0. Baltimore, look at them. Baltimore 6-9 on the season now. They were at one point like 2-12, 2-13. They've won a couple of their last ones. So 7-5 over the White Sox. Detroit 3-2 over Boston. So Boston loses. And then must be a doubleheader. And the Miami beats up on Cleveland 4-1. Minnesota 4-3 over Houston. Oakland 4-2 over Texas. Tampa Bay 6-5 over Kansas City. And Toronto beats San Francisco 8-4. So we have 15. So let's auto play the day. There we go. We get the last one. And that was a 5-4 win. So Detroit takes both games today from Boston. 3-2 and 5-4. And Boston drops to 13-11 after they lose the doubleheader. Well, that's your baseball simulation from 1 year ago. Today, April 23rd, 2019. And play of the day was Ian Desmond goes run crazy. Colorado base runners were crossing the plate in droves. Drove in 6 runs on 2 hits. Colorado won 10-7. Play of the day was John Hicks. Detroit and Boston, top of the 5th. Detroit batting man on first and second. 2 outs trailing 1-0. John Hicks hits a 3-run home run. And the game of the day was Kansas City and Tampa. Tampa wins an exciting one, 6-5 over Kansas City. In the standings, the Yankees 1.5 up on Tampa Bay. Boston drops down to 4.5 back as they lose their doubleheader. Minnesota 1.5 up on Cleveland. Oakland half a game up on Houston. The Nationals 1.5 up on the Mets, who won today, as you saw. In the National League Central, it's still a cluster as all 5 teams are within 2.5 games. Nobody wants to win that division. And in the National League West, it is San Diego 1 up on Arizona. So there you go, guys. Games from 1 year ago today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Thanks to Turbocharged Sports, Matt Rotwook, Jeremiah was a bullfrog, and everyone else that came by to watch. I do appreciate it. I knew Aaron Out's here. I knew I had that card. I knew I had it. I knew I saw it. It was driving me crazy. So there you go. The Mets win this one by a final of 7-5. Is that what it was? Yes, 7-5. Here's your box score if you're keeping track at home. And win goes to Zach Wheeler, and the loss to Zach Eflin. So in the battle of Zachs, it was Wheeler over Eflin. Alrighty, guys. Well, thanks for joining me. We will see you again next time on Game of the Day from 2019. Until then, take care. Have a good night, and thanks for watching, guys.